Hey, Jacobi is Lost here, and this is episode number... I want to say it's episode number 6. I am pre-recording this at a time before the other episodes are out, so you have to excuse me why I'm not sure which episode. I'm deciding whether or not if I should do each individual part, like, okay, last episode would have been part 2 of the episode 4. I'm thinking instead I'll do episode 4, part 1, episode 5, part 2, and then episode 6, which should be this episode. So yeah, this is technically episode 6. It's the 6th video in the series, but it's only the... You know what? It doesn't matter. That's all besides the point. We're gonna care. We should have talked to Daniel. I don't know why we left Daniel in there. But we need to speak to Daniel. We're actually about to go speak to the researcher. I'll bring the car around. Meet me at the front. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we could have just gone ahead and gone to the front door, but oh well. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go meet Daniel in the front. Hold on. Before we do that, let's go check here real quick. Now that I've cleared some of my inventory out, I should be able to collect some of these items before I forget. Oh, look at that. CM vest? Oh, no. That vest is probably better than the one I currently have. And if it is, that is unfortunate. Can I not open these? Open that one door right there in front of me. Looks like it should be able to be opened. Oh, well. Okay. So we got a better vest. Let's take a look at it. Oh, okay. No. It gives me more energy though. Parasite energy? Power energy? I don't know what the P stands for. Maybe it's one word. Pinergy. Pinergy. We'll just call it Pinergy. There we go. Anyway. Let's go to the front door. Meet Daniel. Go meet this researcher. See what he has to say. Oh, this also gives me a good opportunity to see if you can actually go back to Carnegie Hall here. See, here's the world map. Look at it. Look at it, and it's all glorious graphics. Look at that. Look at that skyline. Beautiful. You know what? Let's go see if we can go back to Carnegie Hall, because there's those items that I left in those item boxes. So if you can go back there and pick those up, that'll be cool. Hey, you can't just come barging in here. You ain't getting special treatment. What? Jeez, this guy is really freaking tall. Wow, he is massive. What are you doing here? I don't know. I guess I'm leaving. I didn't know I was not welcome. I mean, I was a sole survivor. I can't come back and look around. Maybe I missed something. There's some evidence there. Oh, it's the 17th precinct. The NYPD place that she works at. 17th precinct. We're going to the Museum of Natural History. Dr. Hans Clamp will be there. Dr. Clamp. What's his area of research? Well, according to the papers, he's working on a new theory. Mitochondria something, but it seems to cover the whole genetic spectrum. That's odd. To have a PhD and be working in a museum? Well, he's pretty antisocial and doesn't like to waste time outside research. Oh, great. We're gonna have a grand time with this one. Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Just be careful this time, huh? Are you referring to the press conference? Yeah. Daniel, why do you kiss the chief's butt? You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you? Yeah, but that was years ago. Now, he's my boss. A little backstory for you. The chief and Daniel joined the force at the same time. Now, they joined at the same time, and now Baker is the boss of Daniel. So, maybe Daniel's feeling a little salty that he didn't become the boss of the 17th precinct. It's been a while since I've visited the museum. Dinosaur exhibit. Loved these things when I was a kid. Looks like it's closed today. Well, let's see what that security guard can do for us. Let's see what he can do. Jeez, Daniel, you move fast. I didn't even hear you. Like, you can hear my character crunching through the snow, but not Daniel. No, you didn't hear him move, and he's already up there. Oh. Hey there. How you doing? Doing okay. Pretty cold day, though. How about yourself? We're with the NYPD. We're looking for Dr. Clamp. He works here, doesn't he? Sure does. As a matter of fact, he's up there in his room right now. Well, did he do something? Nah, we just want to talk to him. That's all. Thank you. It shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take long. It probably will. He's probably going to talk for a while. I should have brought something to eat, because I'm kind of hungry. Oh, you'll find him in the research lab on the second floor. Sorry, I wasn't reading that. I was thinking out loud. You know, kind of hungry. I could go for something. But anyways, that's besides the point. He's been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out ever. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's go. Before we go marching up there. So, oh, by the way, could you sign in? It's policy. Lets us keep track of who comes in. Thanks, Aya. Gee, Daniel, you sure you don't want to run down here and do it yourself? No books on the counter. Thanks. So here's a save point. I remember playing, I never knew that there was so many save points. Well, I mean, there's not a lot, but there are save points that I would neglect to use, and I would always end up having to like if I died and didn't have a revive, I'd end up having to start where I last saved at, which was usually pretty far back, so that's kind of what hindered me from beating the game for a really long time. But now that I know that all the save points are phones of some type, and their little glowing red light, now I'll be saving a lot more often. Like I said in a previous episode, I was a noob whenever I played this game. You know, I owned it, and it was like, it's so fun, it's a different kind of game. And then I didn't know all the little things, like the phones being save points, and I could save, and I didn't have to always start from really far back. I wish I would have known that, but hey, whatever, you know. I was a kid. Let's check it out. Let's go check it out. Yeah, let's not knock. Let's just walk on in and see what this guy is doing. Excuse me. Hello? Hey. Dr. Clamp. Dr. Clamp. I hear you. We're with the NYPD. We'd like to ask you a few questions. This guy? Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred. Are you accusing me? Gasp! What? This again? What is this? Well, it looks like a white screen to me. That's just me. Oh, you mean this? Oh, well, this looks like a flashback. Clearly. I know him, I think. Clearly it's a flashback. She's having past memories that are, you know, in there in her conscious, and they're coming back to her. What's wrong? Are you okay, Aya? Yeah. We'd like to ask you about the mitochondria research you've been doing. NYPD, huh? Why are you interested in my work? The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. Now, that suspect ignited people without laying a finger on them. Then it transformed in some kind of creature and ran off. Since she mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info. You two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like. Do you? The mitochondria possess its own unique genetic code. Its own? Are you saying it's a separate organism? Precisely. Kind of like a parasite or something, huh? Parasite? That's an interesting way of describing this most fascinating creature. We cannot live without the mitochondria. Do you understand? The mitochondria creates energy for us. Without it, we're nothing. We are here because the mitochondria allows us to be here. Our brain, for example, the brain functions due to the interaction between axons and dendrites? I don't know how to say those two words. I apologize. Oh man. This interaction is possible due to the energy the mitochondria provides. Do you know the mitochondria is capable of discharging 200,000 volts of electricity? This is not only pertains to electrical discharge, but also applies to heat energy as well. Heat. Then the combustions from last night were, for a human to burn and melt, 1600 degrees of heat must be generated. There are several hundred mitochondria present within a single cell. If all the mitochondria in the body began functioning at the same time, I cannot read, a tremendous amount of energy would be generated and released. Melting a human into a puddle of fluid would be a simple task with so much energy. So you're saying that the mitochondria ignited these people? Professor, you may be right in that we need the mitochondria to live, but in the end, we're just using them for energy, right? You have no idea. The mitochondria has control over an organism's growth. Take this hand, for example. Before we're born, the hand is merely a glob of flesh. But when the cells between the fingers deteriorate, that's when the fingers first form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. This signal is initiated by the mitochondria. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and, in essence, dies. The same can be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than cells. Of course, this also applies to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with the aging process. So, are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species? But you're not saying that the mitochondria is doing all this consciously, right? When I said that the mitochondria can mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also meant that they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It's no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. Let me tell you something. There was a scientist who tried to determine the mutation rate of the mitochondria. With this, the scientist wanted to establish a connection with human ancestry. In 1987, it was announced that the root of all humans could be traced to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world, and with this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. You know, what they call the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Splendid name, just incredible. Eve? The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve. What? Hey, if you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve? Sorry, but I've told you what I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out. Hey, you better explain what the hell is going on here. Daniel, forget it. Let's just go. God damn it!